Now this picture is actually Sarajevo, the capital of Bosnia. And this picture was taken on the 10th of October 2015. It was a very wet day in Bosnia that day, and this was to be the day that it finally happened. Late afternoon, about 600 non-Bosnians were shepherded onto 14 coaches and taken on a 2-hour bus journey across pretty modern motorway through the pouring rain, through the mountains, to the city of Zenica. And it's really falling dark as they arrive in Zenica, and they're met with heavy security. Helicopter flies overhead, police line the streets, and the local people are out in force just watching these, what to them were foreigners, being bussed into their city. And 3 hours later, those non-Bosnians were in delirious mood. They were in delirious mood because those non-Bosnians were Welsh. They were Welsh football supporters, and they were just celebrating having seen their nation qualify for a major international football tournament for the first time in nearly 60 years. So why am I telling you this? Well, I'm Welsh. But also, this was quite an amazing feat from a leadership standpoint, because Wales for years and years and years had all sorts of heartbreaks and near misses. That had players not turning up to play for the national team, and suddenly the manager, the previous manager Gary Speed, and the one who actually qualified, Chris Coleman, the two of them, in a feat of overnight success that took them 6 years, found a way to engage the psychology of the players such that they really wanted to play for the national team, and they really wanted to qualify, and they also were able to steel themselves to have the strength to actually be able to finally get over the line. So something was different. But not only did they get over the line and qualify, and there were these 600 people following them in the pouring rain, but when they got to France for the finals, 25 to 30,000 Welsh people actually travelled through the whole tournament, in which they actually reached the semi-final. They became the smallest nation ever to reach the semi-final of a major international football tournament. The population of Wales is 3 million. The average size of a nation who reaches semi-final of that tournament, certainly since the collapse of the Berlin Wall, has been 46 million. So this one group of players and management achieved something truly extraordinary. And as you analyse it, those players weren't actually paid the bulk of their salary by their national association. They weren't paid the bulk of their salary for playing for the national team. They were paid a little bit, but their main paymasters were their clubs. So what they did effectively as volunteers. They voluntarily bought into the ideas of the leadership team, and as a result of that, they actually delivered something quite magical, not only in their careers, but also to the national population and psyche of Wales. But also, there was a strange phenomenon, because if you think about the players, the 25,000, 30,000 people that actually voluntarily spent thousands of pounds to follow them all around France in the summer, and the 600 who really difficult place to get to, Sarajevo, who travelled out to Bosnia for the qualifier in the pouring rain, paid a lot of money. They didn't really know the players. I mean, one or two of them would have done, but to all intents and purposes, to them, they were virtual strangers. But these players had found a way, and you know, you might say, well, you know, they were just following the national team, but Wales had terrible support, you know, sort of 10, 20, 25 years previous at certain games. But this bunch had actually found a way to create an enthusiastic fan base who volunteered to go extraordinary lengths to help them. And for us as a CFO, if we want to progress in our career, if we really want to be a CFO fit for the fourth industrial revolution, in many ways, as a CFO, we need to try and create a fan base of the people we work with, our team, our bosses, our shareholders, a wider contact base, a wider network that will actually, at times when we need them most, volunteer to give us tremendous support. And I talk about those 25, 30,000 Welsh supporters. They actually drove the players on to what was incredible success, and they were recognised as amongst the fans of the tournament. I think 3 different nations got sort of equal ranking in terms of fans of the tournament. So it was quite extraordinary. But also, the manager, Chris Coleman, he achieved something incredible, but he didn't kick a football. The actual main activity was kicking the football. All he did, and his management team did, was actually put the pieces in place. And for us as a CFO, we don't need to do everything. We just need to find ways to put the pieces in place and make it happen.